We are heading out of Isla Mujeres this morning, heading to Puerto Moreles, and then on to Tulum, and then Cozumel. Jason is kind of sad to be leaving Isla Mujeres. He met a few kids here and has had a lot of fun for his birthday party on Saturday. A whole lot of the kids met at the pool, and he's saying it wasn't really a party, but they made cards for him, and he had a wonderful time with about 5 or 6 kids from some of the other boats. And he wants to make sure I let everybody know that we're going to have a party when we get back to Houston. So that's his dream. We've been sailing for a month and 1 week now and spent 1 week at Isla Mujeres. This is the boat with Jason's friend Sam on it. They may be asleep. He was hoping to be able to say goodbye to them. But there they've come on board. Jason gets to say goodbye to his friend Sam as we head off. We've been motoring for about an hour with just the mainsail up, and we're heading past the main huge hotels of Cancun right now. The wind is southeast, and then once we're past the tip, we'll be able to put the jib up and should be able to be completely under sail. This is the little marina El Cid at Puerto Morelos. It is part of a hotel chain called El Cid, and we will have access to all of the hotel facilities, swimming pool, showers, etc. So we're really looking forward to making use of those amenities. This is the hotel swimming pool at El Cid. Right on the beach. Sargassum, which is the seaweed, and apparently it gives off ammonia and hydrogen sulfide, which can be pretty toxic. So more sargassum cleanup. So I think I mentioned that during the rotting process it's pretty toxic. Last night we came by here and sat and had potato wedges and chicken on one of these benches overlooking the bay. Very, very pretty. We were hoping to go snorkeling out on the reef. You can see where the breakers are, but apparently it costs $45 a person, so we think we're going to give it a miss and find somewhere else to snorkel at some other point. So this is Puerto Moreles. And of course, a beautiful flamboyant tree. This is a Chedraui store. They are all over Mexico. Really amazing, an ideal place to stock your boats. David likes them so much he looked into buying shares. So that might be something we do in the future. So outside the supermarket they have this space to leave your dog. They even have a fire hydrant for the dogs to pee against and water. Very, very cool.
Sailing from Mexico mainland to Cozumel. We're crossing the Yucatan current, which is against us at about 3 knots. And we're only doing about 3 or 4 knots. And the sea is quite rolly. It was a little worse earlier because the wind and the current are colliding. But this is what it looks like. And if you look on the horizon, you can see the buildings of Cozumel.
It took us about 4 hours to sail from Puerto Moreles to Cozumel, which you can see. It was a really good sail, even though we had strong currents against us, and we managed to see quite a few turtles, so that was pretty lovely. This is the road in front of where we are anchored, really beautiful and clean. We have come ashore for the first time. It was quite an experience. The dinghy is soft bottomed, and when we found out there were rocks that we had to pull the boat up over, or really lift the boat over in sort of, well, they weren't badly breaking waves, but they were breaking waves. It was a bit hairy. I also had my phone in the backpack, and so from now on I'll make sure that I have phones in Ziploc bags. But this place is really very, very lovely. And the colectivos. This restaurant also overlooks the anchorage. You can see our boat in the distance. I'm excited to say that we're going to meet a friend of mine from high school here tomorrow. She lives on Cozumel, and I'm really grateful that she has agreed to meet us here. Very exciting.
So we came to snorkel at Zulha, and before we do, we're having a cup of coffee. We just ordered coffee. We didn't expect to get Starbucks, so this is the first cup of Starbucks that David has ever had in his life, so we'll see what he thinks.
And at least it's warm.
He says at least it's warm.
Another splendid view on Cozumel. This place is absolutely extraordinary. The people are so friendly. If it wasn't so far away from Amy and Jessica, I think this would be an absolutely wonderful place to retire. Apparently the medical system is pretty good and reasonably priced, so that's always something to look forward to. And look at how beautifully clear that water is. Looking through the porthole, we've cleared customs and immigration today. It was so easy and everyone was helpful. No bribery and corruption like what we encountered in Cuba. Really fabulous. Going to have a hard time saying goodbye to Cozumel. We haven't been here for very long, but it is kind of like love at first sight. So we're going to be heading through Belize to Guatemala.